Hello, beautiful people. My name is Roye Okupe. I am the CEO and founder of YouNeek Studios. I am also creator, executive producer, and showrunner of the hit animated series Iyanu, which premiered on Cartoon Network and HBO Max and Showmax in 44 African countries and also ITVX in the UK. Yanu is actually streaming right now, so if you haven't checked it out, you can check it out on all of those platforms that I mentioned. But today I'm here to talk about something exciting, something epic, and that is my movie, which I directed and co-wrote with Brandon Easton, movie produced by Lionforge Entertainment, Iyanu, The Age of Wonders. This is mind-blowing stuff that I'm about to go into a deep dive into some of the characters. So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to the YouNeek Show, where we talk about all things YouNeek Studios, African geekdom, and the business of creators. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen the Age of Wonders teaser, I'm not sure why you haven't, by the way, but let me just let me show you that real quick before I go into the deep dive into some of the characters.
It is time I told you all I know about your parents and the Age of Wonders.
Our world will be irrevocably changed within hours. Our lives altered forever.
Tell me, what has changed?
Everything. Humanity will truly learn what it means to deal with the Divine One.
All I have ever needed is the blood of the Divine One.
We are not caretakers or petty gods, demanding tribute and sacrifices.
For there will come a time when they are finally ready to fight as one.
I love you, Iyanu.
Awesome stuff. Like I said, epic. I can't wait for you guys to check out Iyanu Age of Wonders, which actually drops pretty soon, August 30th on Cartoon Network, and then next day on HBO Max, August 31st. Also, if you're in Africa, it drops on Showmax, August 31st in 44 African countries. So hopefully you check it out. So let me just dive in real quick. A lot of times people ask me, one of the biggest questions I get actually about the Age of Wonders movie is that, do I need to watch Iyanu season 1 before I watch the Age of Wonders? Simple answer is no. Now, I would want you to actually watch Iyanu season 1, because there's a lot of things that we seeded in the seasons, that we seeded in season 1 that you get a lot of payoff when you watch the movie. So yes, if you can, please check out Iyanu on HBO Max, streaming all episodes now. Also on Showmax in 44 African countries and ITVX actually in the UK. But again, no, you don't have to watch Iyanu season 1. So if you've never seen it, if you've never seen Iyanu before, and if you've never seen, the Iyanu series before, don't worry. The Age of Wonders was designed so that anybody can jump in. What is the story? We basically take you 500 years before the main series. So think of it like Star Wars, like how you had episode 4, 5, and 6. And then you had the prequel series that sort of went back to explain. So we drop you right into Yorubaland at the peak of its magical civilization. This is where the legends walked the earth, the divine ones, these beings of incredible power who kept the balance between light and darkness. But when Meiji, which is essentially the embodiment of the 7 deadly sins, rises, two warriors, we like to call them the Ologun, Dara and Ishe, Iyanu's parents actually, they must step up to stop the impending Age of Darkness, which is essentially what the Fallen One, the antagonist of this story, is trying to bring into Yorubaland. So again, epic action, jaw-dropping animation like you can see in the trailer, rich African mythology, and the story about courage, friendship, and destiny as well. And look, if you're a fan of the series, you're going to spot some familiar faces. Obviously, you can already see that in the teaser as well. but you're going to see some of your familiar faces in ways you've never seen them before. So yes, it's a prequel. It's a standalone story. And honestly, this is the most ambitious thing we've done on Iyanu yet. Like, I can't tell you just how much love, time, and energy every single person, puts into this. And like I said, yes, I directed and I also co-wrote this with Brandon Easton as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. But yeah, let's go into what I wanted to talk about today, which is a deep dive into some of the amazing characters you're going to get to see in Iyanu Age of Wonders. So first off, let's talk about Joba, the First Father. He was hinted a little bit in season 1. So Joba, is the king of the divine ones, and he oversees all of the gods of Yoruba land. He's extremely powerful, and he has a gift of precognition. So essentially, he can see into the future. But there's a line. Actually, I'm not going to tell you the line. I want you to watch the movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But his precognition isn't absolute, right? So just because he sees something in the future doesn't mean it's going to happen. And we go on to actually explain a lot about his powers in the movie. I really love this character. Obviously, I created him, so why not? But on a more serious note, Joba is sort of like he is essentially the blanket um, over the entire movie. He is one of the most, if not the most powerful divine one. And Joba always means business. I won't say too much because I was just about to spoil something. Next up, we have Emmy, the One Mother. She is queen of the divine one and the spiritual leader of what we call the sacred tribe in the movie, which are essentially the high priest of Yorubaland during the Age of Wonders. Emi is a very special character. She's essentially the glue that brings together all of the divine ones. And her voice is actually played by the amazing Shafi Bello. So I can't wait for you guys to check out what my auntie Shafi did with this character. Some amazing, amazing stuff. Emmy has gifts of teleportation, so she can teleport herself and other people. And there's also a slight quirk to how she uses her powers, but I'll just leave that for you to find out when you check out the movie when it drops. And then last up, we have Deshaw, the Fallen One. He is the general and the guardian of the warrior tribe. He starts off as a military leader, and eventually he goes crazy and becomes the antagonist of our story. So if you've watched the Yanu season 1, you would see that we've sort of like hinted at the Fallen One as sort of like this overarching dark cloud over Yoruba land, and how he has been sort of like orchestrating his return. We get to sort of see the birth of the Fallen One. And in many ways, the Fallen One actually drives this movie as well. And it's going to be really interesting to see how people respond to some of the devices we use to tell. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but we tried to do a lot of really, really cool stuff with the way we drive the story in Yanu Age of Wonders, even though, yes, we have Yanu as the main character of season 1. We're bringing a lot more characters into the Age of Wonders movie in a way that I think people are going to appreciate. I mean, so that's it. That's the royal. We call these three Emi, Deshaw, and Joba the Royal Divinity. And like I said, there's a lot about them that I can't share because I don't want to spoil too much. But look out for the Royal Divinity in the movie. And if you can't wait for the movie, make sure you check out graphic novels. So we have 4 series out right now. Obviously, Iyanu. We also have EXO, which is like an Afrofuturist story that takes place in a near-futuristic Lagos, Nigeria. And we have Malaika Warrior Queen, which is a fan favorite of many people. It's a historical fantasy story that is inspired by the real Queen Amina of Zaza, which is a place that exists in the northern part of Nigeria till today, and also the Windmaker as well. But the reason I brought the comics up is because the Divine Ones actually show up throughout the YouNeek universe, and you can see in these images here just how different how they show up in our different comic books as well. So something for you to check out. If you haven't already checked out our books, if you want to learn more about the Divine Ones before the Iyanu series comes out, make sure you check out our books. I mean, you can get the physical copies right now on Amazon, but you can also read all our graphic novels right now for free, absolutely free, if you go to subscribe.uniquestudios.com. So again, if you want to check out our graphic novels, go to subscribe.uniquestudios.com and you can read it for free as well. So as you get to look at some of the images and stuff that you see on the app, like I said, we've spent a lot of time and years putting together this amazing universe that we call the YouNeek universe. And we have over, I believe, 2,500 pages of content that you can check out on the YouNeek app right now. So some really exciting stuff for if you're a fan of Iyanu, you want to learn more about the YouNeek universe, or you want to read more about the story of Iyanu and where it goes beyond season 1, make sure you check out subscribe.uniquestudios.com. And that is it, folks. Hope you enjoyed that deep dive into the Age of Wonders. I will be sharing another one in another couple of weeks, talking about the other characters in the movie, as well as the Iyanu universe at large. So please check out the movie when it comes out. It drops on HBO Max on August 31st, Cartoon Network a day earlier on August 30th. And if you're in Africa, Showmax on August 31st. As well. But in the meantime, stay safe. Please subscribe to our channel. If you love the content, please like and share. That really helps us to keep on churning out these episodes. But until then, see you when I see you. Peace out.